He did a little cocoa puff. That's what they used to call that. In order to smoke cocaine, it must first be converted into a free base form. This is chemistry knowledge.
This is Hank Moody.
This is Moody!
Proverbial boy back again with son Eli, aka young son, with yet another edition of Californication. This time we're checking out season 1, episode 6. Oh damn! Look at him, looking cool. Yeah, I wish I could look like that.
Hey,
Yikes.
do you know anything about wine?
Wine is fine, but whiskey is quicker.
Sabbath.
Close. Ozzy Solo.
That stuff will kill ya.
Life will kill you. It's heavy. It'll make sense.
Taking it in.
Okay, no!
I thought he looked cool.
You thought he looked cool.
Maybe not cool enough for the girl to open him in this ridiculous way. And not
Yeah, this happens all the time.
Witticism.
Just walking through the liquor store, just chilling, as one does with your sunglasses on, drinking openly in the place, fucking shirt unbuttoned, and this woman dressed in a bikini with her boobs flaring to the left and right, to and fro, said, checks y'all out. Damn, this motherfucker cool as hell. I need to open him. I'm gonna ask him, hey, do you know anything about wine? Like, again, we are deep into incel wish fulfillment territory here. Has anything like this ever happened to you?
At least not since like last Tuesday. No.
Be serious. Don't give people
Okay.
like, this is not like your little jokes and your little sunglasses, your little shirt open, you want to be moody, I get it.
Look, this is extremely unrealistic, and the way that she opens them, it's not like there's like she shouts him down.
She shouts him down.
15 feet
This is
away.
like what we do.
Yeah.
Hey, excuse me, do you know anything about wine? Like that would work for us, perhaps. Are you just like drinking scotch?
Is that what that is?
It's like Moody. Is that what that is? He doesn't even know what it is.
I've embodied all these characters.
You want to
right?
embody Moody. Okay,
I've
fair
embodied
enough.
Brandon for months. I tried to do a little bit of Moodying. That didn't go so well, by the way. Remember the first time that I was like, I'm going to go be Moody?
No, that didn't work out. But
That didn't work out
okay,
very
you know
well
what
at
though?
all.
Look, obviously I'm a little apoplectic here. I want to give this the benefit of the doubt. I want to give credit where credit is due. Has anything like this ever happened to me? The answer is yes. I will admit things like this do happen on occasion. Okay, but they're extremely rare. Certainly nothing that you would want to build a strategy around. Like, this is my strategy. I simply dress in like this slovenly manner, and I go out and I just look super cool, like I have a devil-may-care attitude, and I wait for women to speak to me. Now, to be fair, so again, I'm going to give it the complete benefit of the doubt here. When I go out, I dress on occasion in a fairly garish manner. In fact, the other night, remember, I'm like, yo, dude, let's wear some weird ass shit tonight.
Yeah.
And so I went out with this,
You look cool.
yeah, it looks super cool. I had this tie-dyed wife beater shirt on with the vibrator necklace, and I had this like denim jean jacket that was all painted up. And it just looked really unusual, but really groovy. Those of you who are new to all this, peacocking is where you dress in essentially a relatively garish manner that is designed to draw attention. Now, why does this create attraction in other people? Why are other people attracted to this? Because what you're doing when you're dressing in a way that's sort of out of the norm for the environment, you're essentially calling down social pressure onto yourself. And the thing that actually generates the attraction isn't the clothes themselves, but rather the grace with which you are handling that social pressure that you have invoked onto yourself. So, back in the day, I used to go out and wear a pink 3-piece suit. It was a pink pinstripe black, black pinstripes, 3-piece suit, the vest, the whole deal, and I'd have like bunny ears on and some weird glasses that were like askew, and I would just go rock that with like some weird like bondage cuffs on or something like this. Now, when you go out and you are peacocking, quote unquote, in this manner, it's all contingent upon how you feel about it. Because I remember I'd go out with that suit, and if I was feeling good, people would be like, dude, this is awesome. Where did you get this? Oh my God, this is sick, dude. Oh, look at this guy. Hey, dude, this is fucking awesome. Yeah, and they loved it. If I was kind of swagging around in it. But if I went out and I was somewhat self-conscious about it, almost invariably I would get tooled. People would be like, look at this fucking douche. Look at this idiot in the suit. Hey, nice. They put their hands on it. Ha, nice suit, man. Oh, where'd you get it? Like tooling me.
That reminds me, I had a friend who used to go out in a Spider-Man costume. So
Of
like
course,
he had
the
this like
Spider-Man
really
costume.
like high quality Spider-Man costume, and he'd wear it to events that didn't make any sense at all, like a concert or like some festival or something, and we'd go out
A ball,
and,
the opera.
he had here's how it worked. He had to be a certain level of drunk for it to actually work, for him to actually like have the swag to pull it off. Because if he wasn't in the right headspace, like you said, people would just come up and start like tooling him.
Yeah.
Like dudes would like grab him and stuff at the bar.
Spider-Man, dude.
Yeah, yeah. But if he was feeling himself, then it would generate a lot of good attention.
Yeah, I mean, and so we see this with students as well on boot camp. You know, on the second night, we will produce various articles of clothing and little garments that are designed. We call it artificial fun. In particular, we will put a sash on them that says, finally 21, which is particularly funny if you put on some like 45-year-old man or something. It's funny. It works better, in fact. You know, we'll put like, fake mustaches, little things of that nature. But with the sash, very often, we do this in order to, like as I said, I call it artificial fun, because for people who are kind of really humdrum and not super high energy and aren't really able to go in and generate the high amounts of energy needed to create a good vibe, especially in a high energy nightlife environment, this can be a way to sort of artificially create that. So people are like, oh, and we'll speak to them and engage them much more so than if they just went up with their normal drab sort of approach. But one thing I noticed, some people, they love the sash. Others, when you put it on them, they cannot wait to take it off. And I remember I had this one dude who was begging me, sir, may I please remove the sash? May I please remove the sash? Like he's like begging, may I please remove the sash? I'm like, Jesus Christ, okay, fine. He's like, oh, you could see like a massive wave of relief wash over him that he no longer had to be this point of ridicule in the environment. Now, Moody here, he isn't really dressed particularly unusual, but it's his demeanor that is causing the so-called peacocking. So, I remember one time I was on a boot camp and I was at the club, and I was giving an auditory cue to one of the students. And the auditory cue was, oi, 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 oi. And I'm yelling, oi, oi, oi. I also have a headband on, that dumb headband I wear, which is, again, that's a small peacocking that you can remove and put away, which I always laugh about, because in the early days of all this stuff, we would wear, like some weird cowboy hat that lit up with goggles and like fake earrings and a fake lip ring, and our nails painted black and a feather boa and a fishnet mesh t-shirt with like 15 pounds of ridiculous, obviously fake bling, with like a belt buckle that had a marquee light up message that you could program into it, and faux snakeskin pleather pants and 8-inch platform heels and 3 watches on every wrist. And it's like, okay, you're peacocking, but nobody told us you don't have to wear all of this shit at the same time. You can just wear one small item. That's all it is. Just one small item to make you stand out. And then the good thing about that is, if you're maybe going to the door and they're going to eyeball you weird if you walk in with that, you can take it off and put it away. And then when it's more appropriate, you can put it back on. So, that was something that I learned over time. So anyway, I'm standing there with this headband yelling, oi, oi, oi. And this young lady next to me, she just looks over and she's like, oi, oi, oi. And I'm like, Oi, are you making fun of my accent? Like, it's a terrible Australian accent. Oi, are you making fun of my accent because I'm from Australia? And she's like, no, it's fun. Like, it's like, who are you? I'm like, my name is Vampire. She's like, your name is Vampire? I'm like, yes, Vampire Potter. I'm a wizard and a vampire. She's like, you're funny. And I'm like, come here. And then we start kissing. And she's like, do you live around here? Can we go to your house? I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, no, but even better. I have a van that's parked right outside. She's like, that's awesome. Let's go. That actually happened. And actually, that was number 100 in the van.
It's an epic story.
That was number 100 in the van. And it was funny, too, because like afterwards, she's like, so what's your real name? I'm like, Vampire. I told you, it's Vampire. She's like, can I get your number? I'm like, no, I'll take yours. And I just like, never called her again. I mean, but I don't know. But that's beside the point. But the thing is, yes, and I wasn't even dressed that weird, but I was swaggy. I was walking around with swaggy. That's kind of the thing
that he's doing. I mean, like, he is presenting himself in an unusual way. He has his shirt buttoned all the way down, like unbuttoned all the way down. He's wearing sunglasses inside, and he's openly drinking alcohol.
He does. He's flaunting the rules. He's a rule breaker.
Yeah, he's not like so stifled by, oh, I'm doing some weird shit. He looks like he's in his living room.
Yeah, he's also like a wreck, and she's probably a train wreck as well. But here's the thing. So again, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. But I will concede that this does happen on occasion if you have supreme swag and you are maybe peacocking a little bit. This will happen from time to time. But then here's the other caveat with that. Like I said before, it will happen. It will happen so infrequently that it certainly isn't going to be like my strategy. My strategy is I just walk around looking super cool, and then I just get opened. Like if it's a bonus at best. It's a bonus at best. And then number two, you also got to have the wherewithal, like the awareness, and then the ability to, okay, when you get that interest, can you pick the ball up and run with it?
That's what I was going to say. Let's see how he handles it.
And he plays it kind of aloof here. He just says some bullshit and walks away.
That is not a good way to handle that at all. In
and hope she comes back again.
Yeah, and hope that she does it again and keeps chasing. I mean, like, this is the wish fulfillment part of the show, is like, I'm just going to play it super, super cool.
Yeah, he's so cool.
You have to chase me the whole time.
The super
Fine,
cool
maybe I'll give in.
James Bond, rock star man, high value, aloof, gangster.
Train wreck. Chomo.
But that's the funny thing, because I think that's why I think this upsets me so much when I get all mad about it, is because I've had students come up to me and they think that they can be like this, and they have no skill, they have no vibe, they have no ability to take, again, even if this were presented to them, they have no ability to take the ball and run to the end zone with it. They're just going to be like, duh, and hope she does everything, which, again, she could.
Like the student in L.A.
That's exactly what I was thinking about.
I'm giving so much value, I feel like I'm bored. And we're like, what is this value? And he goes, well, I'm just kind of like the super cool, like, alpha guy.
Yeah, there was this student. He basically did nothing, and then of course the people he's talking to were bored as hell and excused themselves immediately. And he's like, I feel like very bored talking to these people. I'm like, well, are they boring or are you boring? Like, you're not doing anything. He's like, well, I'm giving so much value. What's the value? And he thought the value was simply standing there and being aloof, because he saw that's what gangsters in the movies do. I was like, nah, dude, nah. So again, I think that this propagates an unrealistic image for people. But anyway, so let's just see how it plays out.
Here you go.
I can't let you do that.
Well, unless you got some fuck you money stashed up your hoozy, what's it?
You're sweet and cute.
Oh,
Thank you.
you're welcome. What? It's a damsel in distress. I'll make a run at you, Krusty.
And then he pays for her thing.
Simpin ain't easy, but Moody makes it look easy.
He's so goddamn cool with that simpin,
bro.
He's simpin with a limp.
See, again, this is where the writers are not tuned into reality. Could that conceivably work? Again, in a dream that you had, maybe. I've had countless experiences where I'm out at the bar talking to somebody and they love me. We've kissed, the friends love me, we have so much commonalities, the logistics are right, seems like a done deal. And then out of the just kind of without even thinking, just out of the, generosity, hey, I'm feeling like, expansive. Hey, let's get some drinks. And I get her a drink. And I feel the vibe change. She's like, this guy's a simp. And even if she liked me before, now it totally went pear-shaped. I've had that happen so many times that now I'm like, never buy the damn drink. One time out of 100, it might work. Like one time out of 100, I remember once, it was a similar situation, going well with this, talking to this girl at the bar. And she's like, I'm like, so yeah, let's get out of here. It was like academic at that point. So I figured I'd just be like, yo, let's get out of here. She's like, well, are you going to buy me a drink first? I'm like, hell no. She's like, I think you should buy me a drink. I'm like, I don't think that's a good idea. She's like, I'm like, do you think it's a good idea if I buy you a drink? And she's like, yes, I think it's a good idea. If it was just said so like weird and matter of fact, as though you must fulfill this parameter for me to leave with you. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. Are you sure? And she's like, yes. And then I bought it and she basically took a sip of it. She's like, all right, let's go. Like it was just some weird parameter, but that's like one time out of 100. More likely, they're gonna be like, oh, thank you. Oh, simp. But by the way, let's talk about our little simp adventures the other night. We were out and we're walking down the street. Some guy's talking to these two girls on the street, and I walk by and I hear him go, oh, you ladies look so beautiful tonight. And as I walked by, I kind of saw the girls like kind of eye roll, and I was like, dude, yo, did you hear what that dude just said to them? You girls look so beautiful tonight.
And I was like, we should say that. We should say that now. That should be our opener for the rest of the night.
And that's what we did.
And that's exactly
what we did. We went up, oh my God, you ladies look so beautiful.
And we experimented
sarcastic,
with,
different
colors of it, like sarcastic and serious. Like how we were like, you ladies look so, and then
different intonations.
Oh my God! Then you're just punching in at different.
Yeah, so that's kind of our new approach these days is just emulating a simp, doing sarcastic, chode behaviors. You should try it out yourself. If, but again, if they think it's genuine, it's not going to work. But when it's like a parody of chodely behavior, it's kind of meta because they're like, okay, this guy gets it. That's what these chodes usually say to me. Oh, he's kind of, satirizing that. Hank's simping it here. And again, this is where I think we divorce from reality. So let's see what happens. And by the way, he's like, the girl gives him, the cashier gives him the side eye. He's like, I'd make a run at you too, Krusty. What do you think of that? No opinion?
At this point, it's just so far from reality.
Yeah,
the way she rolls around, it's.
Yeah, it may as well be
we're in outer space right
now. Yeah, or Camelot and King Arthur's court.
It's what do you think when the unicorn came in?
Yeah.
Oh!
Waiting for
She's
time.
waiting for Now, okay, so I don't know when the last time that has happened. When's the last time that has happened to you?
Went outside, waiting.
Like the girl without with just a bikini on, waiting outside in the dark for how has it happened to you before?
And she's on his car finger blasting herself.
Like Randy from South Park.
Oh my clit! Oh yeah! Ooh yeah! Flick that bean, yeah!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, has that ever happened to you before? Because I feel like that's more unrealistic than her opening it. Because I've been I could probably count on my hands how many times I've been opened aggressively by a girl, but that is never. I don't think happened to me before.
You got to understand, I've been doing this for 20 years, so I got to say, at some point, something similar to that may have occurred. I've probably approached 20 or 30,000 people, something like that, and. So at some point,
I'm just
maybe
trying to get a sense
something,
of
but again, it would be a
numbers.
Massive outlier. It's
Yeah.
an astronomical number.
How many standard deviations away it is from the norm for that.
But then again, so here's the thing to understand. My life is many standard deviations from the norm, And even to me, that's abnormal. All right? So wait, what is this? You're not going to No, you're not doing this with the shirt off.
No, I'm fucking changing
Okay,
my
change your damn shirt. Okay, all right. Well, put your shit on. Let's go. Let's fucking watch this goddamn shit. Oh, they're getting hot. They're getting high now?
What is your name, by the way?
Wouldn't you rather just fuck me and never know?
Oh, fuck. Who says romance is dead?
Why don't you just be naked for this? You're just like, you stand up, your dick's like, we have to like sense. Yeah, we have to, yeah, we have
behind the microphone. You're dressed like the girl. The bikini.
Fuck me.
All right, sure.
Stop it. I've been robbed. She stole my guitar. My records. My records! Oh, the humanity.
Oh,
Save the drama for your...
she stole all the shit. Now that's a little more realistic.
Yeah.
Okay. That's one thing to, it's kind of funny. You got to monitor when you bring these randoms to your home. And I think I made this mistake many a times when I was younger. I just like bring these randoms to my house and like in them and the one I liked and then a couple of their friends, and I take the friend upstairs and
then you have fucking strangers in your living room with all your...
You got these
belongings.
randos that have the run of the house. In fact, that's why I had to kick out a former roommate of mine, because he would just come home with these randoms, and he was an alcoholic as well, and he'd just become so intoxicated he'd pass out, and then these randos have the run of the house, and either they'll steal shit or they'll, in one instance, the woman left at like 2 a.m. and left the front door open. And I live in like the middle of the city. This is not like it's not like out in the country or something. It's like, no, like a crackhead could wander in. The dogs could run out. It's like, what the hell are you doing, dude? This is why you never like pull more people to your home than you have wing people to handle or to occupy. Always. That's a cardinal rule.
Exactly. So all of these mistakes, obviously, we're not like sitting here theorizing what a student might do wrong.
No,
we've made these mistakes plenty of times before. That's why we're telling you from firsthand experience.
Yeah. Enough said.
Yes.
You have to come get me.
No, I can't do that. I'm a little busy right now.
Asshole, you have to. I'm in trouble. Remember my teacher? He's coked out of his mind and he's trying to get me into a threesome.
Moody! What the fuck is that, my brother?
Where is she?
Me? I don't know. I think she might be dropping a deuce. She said she was gonna call you.
You expecting me?
Yeah. Line?
That's a lot of coke.
Let's go.
Hey, where you going, man?
You need to get out of the way.
Yeah, you got...
One more word, and I will put you through that fucking wall. That's good.
Oh! He did a little Cocoa Puff. That's what they used to call that.
Is that what they call that?
Yeah, Cocoa Puff, where you put it in the shit. But apparently it does nothing. In order to smoke cocaine, it must first be converted into a freebase form. You know chemistry, correct?
Yeah.
So you care to explain a little bit about what freebase is?
Not on camera, no.
This is chemistry knowledge.
This is Hank Moody.
This is Moody.
Why can't we be together? That's what I don't understand. That
You know
doesn't make
what?
sense to me.
You don't want to be with me. I know you think you do. You're not in love with me, Hank. You're in love with the idea of love.
You'd be so fucking beautiful and so fucking alone.
Oh, drunken makeup.
Yes, you are.
What? Hey.
Oh, what? Wait, is this real?
I can't tell.
Or is it like another one of his
Oh, the minor.
Oh,
Calm down, girly man.
get off of me.
What happened last night? Too drunk to drive? Too limp to fuck? Does my father have anything to worry about? Mia! Hey, you're up.
Morning.
About last night.
Well, let's not say we did.
You don't want to talk about it?
Not so much now.
put some coffee in.
Thank you.
Ooh, what about last night? Does my father have anything to worry about?
No more than usual.
Oh my god! You look so lame.
Well, good, because that's exactly the look that I'm going for.
Coffee?
For the love of God, yes.
Times?
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, just all these girls that I bang and my daughter and the
Pop-Tarts?
it's just weird and spot.
Pop-Tarts?
When are you coming back? Okay. Uh-huh. Oh,
Gotta
you
go.
did.
I'll call you later.
Yeah.
I love you.
Oh, she's good.
Mm.
What?
Felt bad. You were so nice to me, and I totally took advantage. You want to get high and listen to some records? By the way, my name is...
All right. Of course, she brings the guitar and the records back. We're trying to give the benefit of the doubt here. I've turned over a new leaf. Less blind rage at Moody and more understanding. More thoughtful concessions to perhaps could it be real. I remember one in particular, kind of on-off thing I had with some woman. Like every couple of years, this person would like come into my life, but they were terrible. They were uniformly terrible trash and would like steal shit and like just be a fucking bitch and like, but then like I'd be like, I want nothing to do with this person no more. And I would cut it off and then they'd like come back or I'd see them out again and like end up hooking up. And it's just a disaster. What's the saying? When people tell you who they are, listen. You know what I mean? So, but then again, Moody's such like a self-loathing train wreck that perhaps he's like, yeah, this is for me.
Plus, he's just very forgiving. I mean, you see how he deals
What
with...
a saint.
Well, like, that's how he's painted in the show. I mean, the writers have written him like this. Like, he's extremely forgiving.
Player with a heart of gold.
Even when he takes a girl on a date and it's just some plot line, she's talking bad about him, he still is the gentleman.
Well, he rolls with the he rolls with the punches, and he doesn't really give a shit, and he never gets butthurt, and he never gets mad.
And those are all actually really good. Like if we're speaking from a technical perspective, which that's what I'm gonna try to do is like more technically break these down and just like be like, oh, it sucks because it's unrealistic. Those are all great attributes to have. I mean, like you roll with the punches, you never take anything serious.
Keep it funny.
Never,
keep it light.
ever get butthurt. Because I mean, when you're trying to network with high value people or whatever, you can't hold them accountable for things and get all butthurt. That's a low status thing to do. You kind of always have to roll with the punches. So that actually good on Moody for him.
Right. Like, so for example, someone might see this and be like, well, what if somebody murders your family? Just roll with the punches. Don't get butthurt. Don't hold them accountable. You know, there's a certain threshold if they're like attempting to do you direct violence or straight steal from you. But then again, I got a close friend of mine, my buddy Owen. You know, he's had many situations where people stole from him or dragged his name through the mud in national bestsellers and things like that. And he's like, no, I'm cool with that guy. Like, it's interesting to watch because he's somebody who's always been cool. Like, he's not going to go out of his way to hang out with them. Right? But he's not going to shit talk him ever. 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 He might talk about how he disagreed with their actions or he thought that that's not a good way that he would personally want to live. But if you say, well, what do you think about this guy? Do you fucking hate him? Owen has never talked shit about anyone ever. Have you ever heard Owen talk badly about someone else?
No.
Like another
not
competitor, a competitor or somebody who like hates, even someone who has like a channel devoted to straight hating him. And so I've taken a page from that. I'm like, you know what? It's kind of like below your notice. You know what I mean? It's like it's kind of like a big dog, the big dog approach where, you know, if you see a little puppy trying to attack the big older dog, is the older dog gonna like smack it down? No, the older dog doesn't even care. It's just like, so that's, you know, you sort of kind of big time them.
That almost makes me want to ring the Eckhart Tolle bell that we have here. Like,
ring the bell. I don't know. What are your final thoughts on this Moody episode? Because I think this was, thank heavens, this one was a little bit more involved. Because after the last one, I'm like, yo, this sucks. Do we want us to keep doing this? So this one had a little bit more meat to it. But again, what are your takeaways? He's
always kind of forgiving and nonchalant, and that kind of gets him far as far as like his ex-wife still accepts him back in. They're still kind of on this good page. Like, he has all these, he's effortlessly irresistible to these random strangers or whatever. And try to combine that with, you still have to take action. You know, it's like this, you could kind of live a life like that if you stick to the fundamentals and you take action, but you're also nonchalant and cool about it. So it's not so like aloof. Like, you can't make this happen by just being aloof. But if you stick to the fundamentals and you make things happen, but at the same time you're detached from the outcome and you're like the Eckhart Tolle bell where nothing kind of gets to you, but you still take action to make all this stuff happen, then you could live a life that's sort of similar to what's being portrayed.
I think the centerpiece of the episode is obviously the opening scene with the liquor store encounter. You do want to swag your way through life like that. Now watch, you get a bunch of dudes like with sunglasses on with their shirts open, drink, like, you know, but you know what I mean. You have to have the balls. Whether you're a male or a female, you need the figurative balls to step outside of the damn mold and not be such like, oh, a rule follower, is this okay? I mean, let's face it. That is where most of the issues that I see in students come from, around inhibition when it comes to expressing yourself. And that could be with your dress, in your visual appearance. It could be in how loud you're speaking the environment. Another thing, like my buddy Owen, again, back to Owen, this guy, one thing I've noticed about him, whenever we're out in public, he's just talking extremely loud. Like you even noticed when we were...
He's the loudest human being I've ever met.
Yeah, when we were staying down at the mansion, he's like, wow, he's louder in person than he is on the videos. And he'll just talk like that wherever he goes. And so people turn their heads and they want to be part of, they want to be in the warm end of the pool, so to speak, at the cool kids table. Like, because that person's willing to kind of step out of the box. Most people are so confined in their thoughts. They are so blocked in by these decades of negative social counter conditioning that inhibit you from expressing yourself in a big way, that they would be terrified to even go outside dressed like Moody. And Moody's not even dressed that weird. His shirt's just open and he has sunglasses on. Many of you watching this now, you would go into the liquor store dressed like that and you'd be like, I look like a douche. And guess what? You would. You do. But who cares? Who cares? Remember the other night when I went out and I had that weird attire on? I looked in the mirror. I was like, yo, this looks pretty fucking weird. But you know what else? It looks fucking awesome. And I don't care. I know some people are going to be like, oh, Canadian tuxedo, because I had the denim jacket and the denim pants. Some people are like, what is this? Snickering and laughing. Who gives a shit? Right? All I care about is that I look at it and I'm like, damn, this is cool. And I'll tell you something else. Every single time that I've gone out, and before I went out and I was getting dressed, I was like, should I wear this? Oh, this is a bit much. This is a bit much. Let's not wear this out. Let's not bring this out, or this weird little garment. Let's not bring that. Every single time. Once I got out there, I'm like, damn, I should have brought the weird garment. Every time, because I know it's going to attract that attention. It's going to make me feel like this larger than life character. And am I going to have people throwing themselves at me in the liquor store? No. But it might happen. And it's certainly not going to happen if you're this Melquitoast little wallflower that tries to camouflage in, hide in your little inhibitions, hide behind the inhibitions. Don't express yourself. Don't be loud. Enjoy yourself in public. Don't express any emotion whatsoever. The quality of the emotion is not an issue. It could be happiness, joy, sadness, anger. It must be controlled. It must be hidden. That is the conditioning of society. That is what is inhibiting you from getting the results that you want. Now, how do you deal with this? That becomes the next question. Well, first off, you've got to figure out where the inhibitions are stopping you. Because most of the time, the controlling chain of events, it's below your threshold of awareness. Again, you've been harboring these feelings for so long, these conditionings for so long, you're not even aware of it. All you know is that, oh, I can't take action, I can't take action. So again, in the mentoring program, over the course of 8 weeks, we do various exercises that are designed to dig in and discover and pinpoint exactly where these inhibitions lie. What are the biological mechanisms? What are the intellectual mechanisms? How does the emotional process color all of this? And then once you have that awareness, now you can start to let go, right? We exercise that. We exercise the dynamic range. So not only are you free to express yourself, now you have the ability to express yourself however you want. Then, ideally, you would also come on a boot camp. And on the boot camp, now we exercise that in performance, in actual interaction, and we teach you how to move it forward with technique. I've been doing this for 20 years. I know technique like the back of my hand, right? I know how to impart that knowledge to you in a period of 3 days, live, in the field where you're actually taking action. You're actually getting real life feedback, not this mental masturbation of watching these videos and theorizing of what it might be like, playing it out on a table like it's a tabletop RPG with dice or something. It's like, no, we're going to go out. We're going to inspire you by showing you how we do it on the spot in real time. Demonstration. Demonstrate there. Okay, we'll do it. You see us do it. You see it's easy for us. It's fun for us. Number two, so okay, you're like, okay, normal people can do this. I can do it too. Number two, we're going to push you far beyond your condition limits. We're going to make you use your energies in ways you've never have before, so you familiarize yourself with that. You're like, it's okay to do this, and it gets results. And then number three, we're going to observe you, and we're going to provide very descriptive and actionable feedback that actually makes that change and growth available to you. Right? So again, don't want to harp on that too much. We got tons of dates coming up. I'm touring the United States. Check them out in the description. That 8-week mentoring program, if you can't make it out live, that's a completely digital program. We have twice a week Zoom calls. It's an 8-week program, extremely comprehensive, and it's going to help you arrive at these awarenesses so you can be free, you can be uninhibited, and you can just draw people to you like a magnet. So pretty good episode. I'm excited to look forward to the next one now that we've come out with this with a little bit more open mind, if you will. Any final thoughts?
That one gives me some hope. That one gives me some hope for the future.
Gave you some hope for the future. Mm-hmm. How many Brandons do you give me this time?
I give it 1 Eckhart Tolle.
We give it a full toll. All right. All right. This is Jeffy and Eli. We'll see you next time.
Jeffy.